back there. Canadians play the puck, not the man, and Sittler finally gets it upstairs. The only place you're going to beat that Dryden. The key is throw it high on Dryden and keep that puck going at the net.
All right, the Leafs should come out with some fire beneath them in this period, and I expect the Canadians to try pretty hard early to get the 5th goal so they can relax just a little bit again. We'll see. Live from Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens, Stanley Cup 79.
Let's hear it on weekends. You can do what you want to do then. Hey, are you breaking away this weekend? Hey, breaking away for the good times. Hey, breaking away for the good times. Hey, are you breaking away this weekend? Then raise a glass of the beer. Let's brew for this country. Molson Canadian. Raise a glass of Canadian to the good times.
Teams are on the ice for the 3rd period. There's the score, Montreal 4, Toronto 2. And the summary of that 2nd period, Mondu 8:06, Hughes at 10:31, Saginac at 14:46, Sittler at 16:06, and the shots on goal, Montreal 14, Toronto 11.
I think that the fans here are really going to get in the spirit of things, and the players will respond. You know, they got 2 goals late in the period, and I'm sure they had a lot of enthusiasm in the dressing room, and, you know, the guys are saying, come on, we can get going here. You know, we're only 2 behind, not 4.
And what will the Montreal players be saying in that intermission?
Well, they had a letdown. There's no question about it. They had the 4-0 lead. They thought they had the game in the bag, and they started playing very loosey-goosey, and they've got to get things going now.
Rangers leading your Philadelphia Flyers 4-0 in the 2nd. Boston over Pittsburgh 2-1 in the 2nd.
Play underway, and we're all the way down into Montreal territory where Larry Robinson has the puck. Off the boards to Rick Chartrois. Chartrois gets it over to Bob Gainey. He's poked checked by Boreas Salming. Lanny McDonald is checked. Salming comes back through center. A long shot. Dryden stopped that. Here's another try and another stop by Dryden as the Leafs start to open up with the artillery.
You know, it's very important when you come out of that dressing room that the first shift that you have sets the tempo of that period. And the Leafs got into that zone and had 2 good shots. Now you're going to see the blast by Salming from the point. Dryden never had any trouble with it, but they got the puck in there and they're putting on some pressure.
Canadians get the draw, and it's Serge Savard. Over on the far side to Bob Gainey, then cleared by Risebrough up to center ice. Now the Leafs come back. Burrow shooting the puck in. Off the boards, Larry Robinson. Robinson, a cleared pass. Cleared by Chartrois to Risebrough, and he just elects to dump it into the corner. Right. Gainey went behind the net, and it was picked off by Salming. Salming's pass for Anderson is going the length of the ice. Going back to get it is Serge Savard, and it's whistled down for icing.
Well, if a 5th game in this series is necessary, it'll be played in Montreal Tuesday night, and we'll bring you that action from the Forum. If Montreal should win tonight, then we'll bring you the game New York Rangers at Philadelphia Tuesday night, 8 o'clock start Eastern Time.
Jacques Lemaire out there with Guy Lafleur and Yvon Lambert. Leafs win the draw. McKechnie, a long pass for Ellis, and he couldn't control it. Wendell had it go off his stick. Here's a pass to Lemaire, and a call back on the offside. Jacques Lemaire, number 25, Montreal Canadiens.
Out in Winnipeg today, the Quebec St. Foy midget team won the Air Canada tournament, the midget championship of Canada, by defeating Ontario's St. Michael's College 9-7 in overtime.
A long pass. Here's Lemaire getting into the clear, going in alone, shoots, and Harrison made a save. Lemaire tried to get it up front again as Paul Harrison Harrison made the save. Now it goes over to Ellis. Back to Turnbull. Turnbull coming down. Takes his shot. It was weak. And it's gloved by Dryden and held under.
Oh, that was a big save by Harrison. His best save, I would say, of this hockey game.
Well, that's what you need, Brian. You know, had Montreal scored there, it would have been a difficult task, but Harrison certainly came up big, and, you know, a situation like that has to get the guys going.
He had to be quick on that rebound. Lemaire appeared to be out of the play after taking the initial shot, then he batted at the puck, and that very nearly trickled through the pads of Harrison, but a big save. Mark Napier injured last night, watching on. He had a big game last night for Montreal.
Montreal 4, Toronto 2. Leafs have the puck. Saginaw a shot. Right in front for Williams. It's cleared over to Guy Lapointe. A long shot out at center. Gardner, who went to get a new stick, shoots it back out to center ice. Now Saginaw is checked. It's Jacques Lemaire. Lemaire covered by Gardner, and the puck goes into Leaf territory, ends up behind the net, and it's Roya Selman. Selman with Hutchison. Up to Williams. Williams shot. Knocked down by Saginaw. Here's the shot. Missed the open side of the net. Passed out in front again. Saginaw with a backhand. Gardner couldn't get it. Roya Selman a shot. And Guy Lafleur comes back. He gives it to Lambert. To Lafleur. Lafleur shoots. Oh, he shot it wide. Back for Robinson. Then to Mondeau to Lafleur. And they're changing on the go. Great chance at either end. Here's Williams. Williams shoots the puck in. Larry Robinson gets it. It's off the boards and down the ice. Pat Hughes couldn't touch it. Salming will, and we have an up. For Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, this was Stanley Cup 79.
Patch roof leaks the easy way with Tremco Instant Patch. Use it in almost any weather to stop leaks on roofs, chimneys, and gutters. Instant Patch's exclusive formula of glass and organic fibers dries to a tough membrane that seals holes up to 1/4 inch in diameter. Tremco Instant Patch by the makers of Tremclad, Canada's #1 rust paint. Look for Instant Patch and other fine Tremco products in this Tremco Home Maintenance Center, wherever you buy paint or home care items.
Well, there we have the coaches, Scotty Bowman and Roger Nielsen.
Scotty knows where he's going to be next year. He signed again to coach Montreal, but the future of Roger Nielsen still somewhat in doubt. A little repair work going on to the pads of Paul Harrison.
Another thing, Brian, it's very uncharacteristic that Montreal would try to sit on a 4-goal lead. You know, they usually keep going and go for that 5th, 6th, and 7th. And they just laid back and let Toronto take the play to them.
Bill and I were saying, how long has it been since Montreal would have blown a 4-0 lead?
It's Serge Savard. A pass up on the wing. Coming down to center, Bob Gainey. A long shot off the board. Shuts off. Tried to get it back to Gainey. Gainey has the puck. A pass for Risebrough. Gainey's got it again. And then it's finally knocked away from him out to center ice. Larry Robinson brings it back. Robinson is knocked down. But Bob Gainey's there. Shoots the puck back into his own zone. Savard and Anderson. There's Savard knocked off the puck. Sittler tried to center it. It goes over to the far board. And Robinson chopped it out to center ice. Back for Quenville. He's checked. There's a race for the puck. Risebrough over the line. He's turned around and covered by Quenville. And it's knocked back into the corner by Chartrand. And the Canadians are changing on the go. Up for Turnbull. Ahead for Lanny McDonald. He flips the puck in. Robinson. Then a pass to Pat Hughes. Here's Hughes coming down the ice with Mondeau. They're over the line, going in together. Mondeau in. Oh, he shot a backhand wide. The rebound goes to Sittler. Sittler has Ellis. Ellis over the line, trying to go around the defense, and Dryden knocked it off to the wing. Goes back to the net. Sittler centered it to the blue line. Burrows a backhand. It goes in front of the Canadian defense, and now Montreal starts to move again. Mondeau, a pass over to Connor. Connor, then to Hughes. Hughes is bumped. And Walt McKechnie comes up with it. McKechnie up for Maloney, and that goes down the ice. And going back to get it is Ryan Engblom. Engblom's pass. Got by Maloney. Now then, it's Guy Lafleur to Guy Lapointe, and he just shoots it out and down the ice. That's going over the red line. That'll be brought back for icing. Tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
Since 1977, we've had ESP. ESP is the Ford Extended Service Plan option. It covers specified repair costs to major components of new Ford and Mercury cars, even light trucks, for 3 years or 60,000 kilometers. ESP also includes towing, a courtesy car, and servicing across Canada and the U.S. The Ford Extended Service Plan. Ask for full details at participating Ford and Mercury dealers.
And there we see the time remaining, 15-15 in the third period. 4-2, Montreal leads. As the puck goes to Guy Lafleur, around on the wing to Lambert. Lambert and Engblom. Engblom hit Ellis. The puck kept in. Maloney catches shot. That was stopped by Dryden. And now it's Guy Lafleur driving it along the boards. Ellis kept it in. It's shot in front of the net and shot down the ice. Harrison had to stop it. And back is Dave Burrows. Dave Burrows over on the right side for Boreas Salmi. Up it comes to Walt McKechnie over the blue line. McKechnie's pass for Burrows. His shot knocked down, and the Canadians score them. A pass up to Lemaire. Over on the wing to Lambert. A hard shot. Harrison stopped that. Walt McKechnie. A pass to Maloney. Maloney up at center. Over the line. Passes one to Ellis. And they call it offside at the blue line.
Well, Maloney was going in over the line, and he opted for the pass on the right side, but he passed it back outside the line just as he stepped over.
Well, Maloney's arguing the play, but you know, there was no question about it that it was offside.
Al Strachan, the sports editor of the Montreal Gazette, invaded the Leaf room the other night, and Maloney told him to butt out. They were having a little conference as to where they might go and dine that evening. So he got the message, take a hike.
Puck back to the net. Shot out to center ice. Here's a 2-on-1 for the Canadians. Over the line. Risebrough shoots. Oh, he whacked that one off the goal post. Puck back up at center ice. Now it's Turnbull getting to the line. Offside on the right side was Rocky Saginaw.
5 goalposts tonight behind Harrison. The playoff scoring leaders, Don Maloney of the Rangers. What a finish he's had to an exciting season. 10 points. Sittler, Esposito with 9. Lafleur, Lemaire with 8. And Bill Barber with 7.
He's quite a story there in New York. Played most of the year in New Haven and coming up playing with Esposito and doing a tremendous job.
Hey, and Esposito's had a good year, too.
On the face-off, the Canadians have it. Shooting it into the corner. Larry Robinson gets it out to Lemaire. Lemaire's shot is wide. Lafleur off the board. Knocked back at center ice. Serge Savard shoots it back in again. Harrison out of his net. Left it there for Quenville. Quenville trying to get around Lafleur. Williams goes back. Williams went right in front of his own net. And that nearly went in the net. Quenville. A pass over for Turnbull. Turnbull's pass back for Quenville, and Lambert has it now for Montreal. Gives it to Lafleur. Lafleur couldn't get a shot. And it's back out at center. Larry Robinson. Flip pass for Lafleur. He just backhands it in. And the Canadians are changing on the go. Back up for Turnbull. Up at center. And he skated off. Puck going to Savard. Over for Bob Gainey. Gainey goes back to Robinson. Up for Savard. Savard moving through center. His pass over the line. His Gainey shot. And he drove it wide. Hutchison brings it back with 12:39 remaining in regulation time. Hutchison. A pass to Sittler. Harold Sittler. A pass. And here's a chance for Gainey. Checked by Salming before he could get into the clear. Gainey still has it. There's a shot right in front. As Gainey went down on a heavy check from Lenny McDonald. Hutchison, pass up for Sittler. Sittler goes over the line. Sittler going through with Anderson. And that shot was stopped by Dryden, and it's played around on the boards for Gainey again. Bob Gainey up to center. Just shoots the puck slowly into Leaf territory, and we have 11 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the third period. Anderson chased back behind the net. Pat Hughes up there after the puck with Salming. Salming has to go down and cover up. This is Stanley Cup 79 from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
Hey, John, she's done. Great. Brought something to celebrate with. Hey, all right.
Al and the guys have had some good times building this boat and sharing some Molson export.
What happens if she doesn't float? Can't you swim?
Time is right, your friends are here. You couldn't ask for a better beer. Export keeps on tasting great.
I like it.
When the time is right for great beer.
There's the time. 8 minutes, 19 seconds have been played in this third period. The score is Montreal 4, Toronto 2. Facing off in the circle, Mondu out there with Hughes and Connor. Puck back of the net for Boria Salming. Salming trying to bring it out. He shot it off the boards, out over the line, stopped by Pat Hughes. Pat Hughes shot it in offside as Connor was inside the blue line.
Connor, the hero, 5:25 into the second overtime last night. Talking to him today, he said he played his junior hockey in Flin Flon, and Bobby Clark's dad was the foreman of his shift in the mines. And I said, you enjoy working in the mines? He says, I loved it.
He's come a long way.
Mondu out there with Connors. It's cleared off the board, stopped by Jerry Butler. Butler shot it to an open wing. Back there for it is Guy Lapointe, knocking it back to center. Now here's the Canadians with Connor coming over with Mondu. Try to pass through from Mondu. Too well covered by Jerry Butler. Jimmy Jones to Boria Salming. Headman's the puck to Butler. Over to Pat Boutet. Pat Boutet in for Jerry Butler, who's behind him. Here Mondu. Pass knocked down by Jerry Butler. They go to the corner. Salming's in there as well. Play is called, and the face-off will be in the circle.
You notice on Salming there, he went right into the corner and tried to come up with that puck. The Leafs have to take some chances. Now they're 2 goals behind. Time is the biggest factor. And, you know, anytime you do that, Brian, those 2-on-1s, 3-on-1 breaks can go against you.
Here comes the pair now, McDonald and Sittler. They've had some good chances here tonight. Sittler got the power play score for the second Leaf goal late in the second period.
It goes back to Larry Robinson. Around it comes for Guy Lafleur. Lafleur coming down the ice, takes his shot off the boards. Harrison knocks it off the glass. Lafleur gets it back. Quenville and Lambert. Quenville gets it out to center right. Pat Boutet races after it. He's over the line. Here comes the shot. And that was stopped by Dryden. Now Sittler has it again. Sittler right in front of Boutet. And he just missed it. Guy Lafleur flips it out and down the ice. There's a race for it. Quenville clearing it for Laney McDonald, but it's offside from inside his own blue line over the red line at center.
Good cover up there by Lemaire, because Boutet was all alone. The defenseman was on the short side of the post there, and Boutet got behind him, and Lemaire came back to deflect the puck in the corner.
Oh, his mother's proud of this young fella, Pat Boutet.
I'll tell you, he did a pretty good job in Lafleur last night. That's a tough assignment.
Reintraub, along with Rick Chartreux, playing on the right side, gaining on the left. The puck goes in. Ellis after it. Shot it behind the net into the corner. Maloney gets it in front. That's deflected right into Dryden.
Oh, he had the pads down. It went right off, I believe, the skate of Ronnie Ellis.
You know, when Dryden flops himself on that crease. There's not much area where he can get through.
He's the only player ever won the Conn Smythe Trophy and then won the Rookie Award the next season.
Walt McKechnie, Ron Ellis, Dan Maloney. McKechnie got the draw. Turnbull a shot, and he just missed. Bob Gainey gets it out and down the ice as Quenville fell. Ian Turnbull back for it. A long pass to Maloney. Maloney gets it to McKechnie, and McKechnie passed it. Robinson had it taken away from him. Turnbull a shot. And Dryden had no trouble with that, but it's shot by Robinson over the glass into the crowd. We have 9:41 remaining. With the score, Montreal 4, Toronto 2. This is Stanley Cup 79.
The Mach 2 by Arrow. A tapered shirt that fits you perfectly, because only the Mach 2 is tailored to the contours of your body, with a dart here and here. Has sleeves the length you choose. And if you wish, a patented marked collar. The only collar shaped to fit the cone of your neck. That's the Mach 2, the perfect tapered shirt. Fittingly made only by Arrow.
Getting set now, live from Maple Leaf Gardens, as the score is 4-2 in favor of Montreal. Sittler is out there now with John Anderson and Lanny McDonald, Boria Salming and Dave Burrows, and it went out and down the ice. Lafleur out there with Lambert and Lemaire. Puck by to Lafleur, but it was offside at the blue line. Ryan Engblom, there's Lafleur.
I think everything's been said about Lafleur that can be said.
Some hockey. The puck goes over for Dave Burrows. Burrows ahead for Anderson. Poked by E. Lapointe. And Lemaire and Lanny McDonald bumped together. Sittler was after the puck. Dryden clears it to Lafleur. And Lafleur sends it to Lambert. And he had it knocked off his stick, and the Leafs have control of it. Boria Salming given a shove by Lambert. Engblom went after Lanny McDonald. Burrows carries on, though, over the line to Sittler. Sittler's shot is knocked down, and the Canadians clear it out to center ice. John Anderson over to Boria Salming. 8:55 remaining in the third period. Burrows pass. Lemaire knocked it over the line and shot out again. Here's a chance for Sittler to Lanny McDonald. His shot is knocked down, and it's picked up by Guy Lafleur. Guy Lafleur coming through center, and John Anderson took it away from him. Then gives it to Salmon. Salmon closing in, passed it in front. Lafleur lost it to Lanny McDonald with check. And back comes Montreal. Pass over on the wing. Connor couldn't control it. Got around on the boards to Darryl Sittler. Sittler for Rocky Saganuk. Saganuk trying to go around Robinson. Saganuk trying to get it back to Williams. Williams has it and couldn't keep it in. Tiger Williams, the pass to Joel Quenville. It's over the line, knocked out by Pierre Mondu, but it's offside. This Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
The GE food machine. It slices carrots, shreds cabbage, grates cheese, chops onions, and grinds beef in just seconds. Set to pulse action for necessary precise control. Continuous action for longer cycles. The food machine. It works fast, and that's good. It's easy to clean, and that's great. The time-saving, work-saving food machine from Canadian General Electric.
Face-off now with 8 minutes, 1 second to go in regulation time. 4-2 Montreal. Up for Risebrough. Over the line, Chartraw. He was knocked down by Turnbull. Tiger Williams back of the net. Williams leaving it for Turnbull. Gets it up to Gardner. Gardner, a pass for Saganuk, then went by him, and Robinson knocked it back out to center right. Turnbull. A pass over for Williams. Williams shot it in. Savard knocks it down. There's Savard, missed the body check. Trying to get away from Gardner. Did a spin around, and they got it out over the blue line. Rocky Saganuk. Covered by Bob Gainey. Gardner shoots the puck into the corner. Out of the net comes Dryden. Gets it over on the right side of Chartres. Tried to get it ahead for Risebrow. And Quenville shoots it right back. Stopped by Savard. And Savard shoots it down the ice. Going over the red line. Turnbull will touch it. And we have an icing.
6:58 to play. Gary, here's a cute father and son shot. Darrell Sittler and Ryan Sittler, age 5, wears 27, the Sittler name on the back, and he's a pretty good skater for a 5-year-old.
What a future Ryan has in store for him.
He's a cute kid, and Darrell's writing a book on goal scoring, and Ryan looks like he might be quite a goal scorer as he comes along in hockey.
Well, I see him here, during the Leafs practices prior to the day of a game. He's out there filling the nets.
And he says Pat Boutet knocks him down, won't let him get up.
Walt McKechnie with Maloney and Lanny McDonald. The puck goes to Boria Selming. His backhand taken by Engblom. Over on the left side, the Leafs try to keep it in. They lose it. Here the Canadians. A pass to Lafleur. Over the line. Lafleur with a shot. Harrison stopped that. McKechnie to Dan Maloney. And Maloney's shot. Knocked down. Gets it again. Goes to the corner. Right to Walt McKechnie. Oh!
That brings them a little closer as the Leafs get their third goal.
Now, for the last 6 or 7 minutes, the Leafs have been continually in the Montreal zone. They've taken the play away from them. Finally, McKechnie. They're all crowded around Dryden.
Dryden has no room at all in there. You heard McKechnie during the intermission say how happy he was to be a member of this Leaf club this year. Gave him new life in hockey, and he's been an integral part of this club. McKechnie gets his 4th playoff goal.
Maloney put it right on McKechnie's stick, and he beat Dryden to the glove side. Here we see it again. Spins around. McKechnie shoots it up right past Dryden. Within 1. Now it should get very interesting. Montreal just couldn't get that killer instinct, that goal that would put them over the hump, and they've allowed Toronto to come back and really make a game of it.
Yes, they've had their chances to get a bigger margin. Now it's 4-3 with 6:31 on the clock.
Play underway. Robinson's pass. Boria Selming, McKechnie. McKechnie for Maloney. Dryden out of the net. Stopped it. Handed it right to Walt McKechnie. McKechnie centered it. And the Canadians stopped the puck out to center ice. Cleared back by Hutchison. A long shot. And Dryden to Larry Robinson. Comes to the blue line. Hutchison another shot. Knocked down. Nice search for Bayern. Loses to Malone.
Upper corner.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
What a game we've got now. 4-4 tie. 6:02 on the clock. 2 goals in a matter of seconds here for the Leafs. First McKechnie and then Maloney, upper corner.
Brian, it just goes to show you that if you put pressure on a team, even the Montreal Canadian defense can cough off that puck.
They did on that play. I believe it was Lapointe who failed to clear it. Robinson comes over. He couldn't get it. 29 seconds apart. The Leafs scored twice.
Dan Maloney. Assist number 11, Walt McKechnie.
And number
number 23,
again, high over
Dave
Dryden's
Hutchison.
shoulder. He didn't react in that one at all. Looked like he just didn't see it.
Dan Maloney from Walt McKechnie
13:58.
and Dave
Maple Leaf
Hutchison.
Guards have
Time
come alive.
13:58.
And we're certainly going to have a barn burner now.
Oh, the crowd is standing. Hutchison drew an assist on the goal. There's the fella who put it up into the net. Dan Maloney. Tied at 4. Just over 6 minutes to play.
The fans have been on Maloney the last 2 games here. He certainly doesn't have the speed, to keep up with a lot of the Montreal skaters, and consequently, when you don't have that speed, you look so much slower than everybody else, and the tendency is for the fans to get on you, and he certainly has responded with first setting up McKechnie and then scoring a goal of his own.
Of course, with your speed, you never had that problem.
Oh, yeah, sure.
We have a delay now as the debris is being cleared off the ice.
Live from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, the Stanley Cup playoff.
Ride the eagle.
The Goodyear Eagle, the Flex 10 radio tire.
Ride the eagle.
The Goodyear Eagle with Flex 10 belts. Pound for pound, stronger than steel. For extra mileage. For superb cornering and stopping. For total confidence.
His mask is down on the ice right beside his goal crease area. So we have a young lad behind there, and at the other end, at the Leaf bench rather, Paul Harrison, number 30. A surprise starter tonight due to the surprise hospitalization and surgery on the arm of Mike Palmatier.
You know, Brian, we can go back to the breakaway by Mondeau there with a score at 4-2,
and the shot by Lemaire, right? He went in alone, and all those goal posts, 5 of them behind Harrison, at least one behind Dryden.
You just never know in this game, and you have to give the Leafs a lot of credit. You know, when you look at the two teams, there's no way that the Leafs should be this close, and they've just fought back and made a real game of it, and a great opportunity to win it.
You got lots to talk about if it goes a couple of periods of overtime tonight.
I thought we exhausted everything last night.
While we're waiting, let's take another look at this goal. Here's where they failed to clear it. That's Lapointe. Just couldn't get it out. It bounced over his stick.
Well, you know, just prior to that, Robinson had fired the puck on the boards, and the Leafs kept it in. So actually, 2 giveaways there resulted in Toronto tying the score.
Dryden didn't give him much room on that side. He only had an inch or two in which to put it in.
Minutes, 2 seconds remaining in regulation time. We have a 4-4 tie. It was 2-0 Montreal into the first period, 4-2 Montreal into the second, and the Leafs have scored 2 unanswered goals in this third period to put themselves on even terms. So we have a 4-4 tie. All set to go. The puck is dropped. At center ice, cleared by the Canadians into Leaf territory. Salming and Harrison get mixed up. It's back of the net. Then Salming over on the wing for Lanny McDonald. He's checked. As Gainey tried to get it. It's picked off by Borja Salming. Up for Lanny McDonald. Lemaire is there. Lemaire drives it back. It bounces out in front. And Salming gets it out to center ice. Canadians clear it back in again. Guy Lafleur goes after it. And we have 5 minutes and 27 seconds. Now 25 as they get a whistle.
You know, Brian, Montreal has been laying back almost the whole period and allowed Toronto to tie it. Now let's see if they go on the offensive here and try to regain the play.
Well, they've got the personnel out there to do just that with Lemaire at center. Of course, Guy Lafleur on the right side. Burroughs has done a fine job on Lafleur and the other Montreal forwards tonight. One-on-one, again, being so tough to get around.
You know what he does a lot, though? Lafleur, he'll carry that puck. As soon as he hits the blue line, he'll make that little swing just inside the blue line and then try to hit that open man.
4-4 tie, 5:25 remaining in regulation time. Getting set for this face-off, a big one in Leaf territory. Lemaire lost the draw. McKechnie getting it to Turnbull. Ian Turnbull back of the net. Shot it, stopped by Gainey. Gainey tried to get it loose, but Turnbull recovers by smothering the puck.
5:16 in regulation time. Turnbull getting up slowly. On the scoreboard, third period, Rangers leading Philadelphia 4-0. Boston over Pittsburgh 2-1 there in the second. Islanders leading Chicago 1-0 also in the second. Goal by Dennis Potvin, who had 101 points in the regular season.
All set to go, McKechnie, and gets the draw again. Back of the net for Quenneville. Quenneville for Pat Boutette. Pat Boutette down the left wing. A long shot off the boards. Ron Ellis shoots. Dryden stopped that. McKechnie centers it to Pat Boutette, a shot. Oh, and Guy Lapointe just got his skate on that one.
You know, Boutette's in a great position there, but he wants to slap the puck. You know, by the time you draw that stick back and release it, it's a good 3 or 4 seconds, and that allows the block shot.
The slapper hit the leg of Guy Lapointe, and he's trying to shake off the effects of that drive.
You know, it takes a little time to unload that, but if he would just lay a little wrist shot in front of that net, there's always a chance of a rebound, and the Leafs, you know, had somebody in front of the net.
Guy Lapointe is lifting off the ice, as you can see, and his ankle's a little tender on that drive by Pat Boutette. There's Pat Boutette at the bench, and Roger Nielsen. He's really pepping them up. Lanny McDonald talking to the referee.
You know, the Canadians can ill afford to lose any more players. They're pretty soon they'll hold their whole minor league team up. Big face-off.
Darryl Sittler with Anderson and McDonald as it's cleared by Savard out to center right. Shot in by Lambert. Left there with a short straw. Lanny McDonald fell down, and I just don't know exactly what happened there.
Myers there, Bill.
Well, that was a very unfortunate thing. The referee watching the play as the Leafs again were a little sloppy in behind and in front of Harrison, and McDonald must have been looking over that way too, and with everybody concentrating on the puck, the referee, McDonald, and one of the Montreal players got all tangled up, and McDonald appears to be injured. He was shaken up last night when he tried to hit Gainey with a check and went into the boards and hit his hip against the boards, but he was able to come back from that.
Tigers there talking to Myers, telling him to stay out of the way. I think he'll be all right.
Myers was telling me a week or two ago that he sees the day coming when all the officials for added protection will be wearing helmets.
Might be a good idea.
4-4 tie here at the Gardens with 4:44 on the clock.
Well, Lanny McDonald is up, and he seems to be all right. Although I'm sure he'll go and take a rest.
Sort of fella every team loves to have. Not only great skills, great talent on the ice, but a team leader in the dressing room. Loves to play the game.
Oh, we got a lot of fours on the scoreboard. It's a 4-4 tie, and we have 4 minutes and 44 seconds left.
I just said that, Bill.
What's that 3 doing up there?
Oh, we got a 3 up there, yep. Third period.
I'm sure that little scene is a little happier.
Darryl Sittler with Pat Boutette. They're still working on Lanny McDonald, so they'll send Ron Ellis over the boards.
That's Dr. Hastings, the Leaf medical staff, examining the collarbone area of Lanny McDonald.
On the face-off, Pat Boutette gets it back to Borja Salming. Salming back to the net. Shot it out on the boards to Boutette. Boutette coming at center, a long shot into the corner. Sittler went after it. Robinson just knocks it out to center right. Salming drives it over on the far wing. Then Guy Lafleur and Rondeau. Rondeau's got the puck closing in. Went too far, was taken out of the play. 2 Canadians were knocked out of the play, and there's 4 Leafs coming back. Boutette back to Turnbull. Turnbull shoots, and he shot it wide. Guy Lafleur coming down the right wing. They're trying to get back. Lemaire getting in. Harrison's got it, and he holds on.
End to end the last few seconds. Turnbull's shot was wide. Lafleur led the return rush, and Harrison grabbed that puck and was able to hang on to it.
You notice Lafleur, he's on his backhand. He lays that puck up to Lemaire on his backhand. A lot of players, you know, they can't pass the puck on their backhand, so they'll switch, turn it around so they can, you know, lay that pass up to another player on their forehand. Had he done that, the play would have probably been offside.
Harrison a little steadier as time runs down. 4 minutes even left to play.
In regulation time as we get set to go. Bob McKechnie, Dan Maloney. To the story of this third period. And back of the net for Dave Burrows. Burrows to Maloney. Maloney. Then to Burrows. Back to McKechnie. Over for John Anderson. Anderson over the line. And it's offside.
figured very highly in the last 2 goals, setting one up and then adding the tying goal himself.
Goes back to Engblom. Engblom off the boards down to Quenville. Quenville's pass to McKechnie. He's stopped by Gainey, but Burroughs gets it back down, and LaPointe has it to Engblom. Off the boards and down into Leaf territory. Quenville can't get it out. Risebrough's pass. Nowhere near Chartres. And Dan Maloney. A pass over for Anderson. Anderson trying to center it. Here's a chance for Quenville to shot. And that one went just wide of the net. Maloney a shot. That's deflected into the corner. It's cleared out by Gainey. Risebrough gets it back. LaPointe centered it. There's nobody there. And McKechnie has it for the Maple Leafs. A pass over to Quenville. Quenville's pass for Maloney. Goes sliding down the ice. And it's picked off by Guy LaPointe. Over to Engblom. Engblom back at center with Guy Lafleur. Lafleur shoots the puck in. Harrison to Borja Salming. Salming gets it out over the line. 2:43 remaining in regulation time. A 4-4 tie. Serge Savard lost the puck. Taganock giving it to Williams. A shot. Stopped by Dryden. Ends up in the corner. Down went Gardner. Up the ice for Savard. He chops the puck in. Guy Lafleur and Hutchison go after it. It's Williams. Along the boards. Williams still with it. And Guy Lafleur centers it right in front of Robinson. Harrison stopped that. It goes in back to the net. Cleared over here to Williams. Williams ahead to Gardner. Gardner, and he was offside at the blue line. 1:57 remaining in regulation time.
Williams found himself in a quandary down in the corner. He coughed up the puck to Guy Lafleur, of all people, who fed Robinson, and Harrison again came up with a great stop.
That was a great save.
Maybe we'll have time to catch it here. This is that shot by Robinson. Shots in the third period. Montreal 7, Toronto 13.
There he is, Paul Harrison and John Anderson. Lanny McDonald is back out with Sittler, Anderson, Salming, and Quenville. Risebrough with Chartres and Gainey. Puck cleared up to center ice. Slipped in by the Canadians, and back forward, Lanny McDonald has it in the corner. Up for John Anderson. Off his stick to Rick Chartres. Chartres shot it in. Risebrough's going after it. Paul Harrison came out of the net, and Salming for John Anderson, and it goes all the way down to the Montreal blue line. Now it's Larry Robinson for Serge Savard. He's covered. Anderson gets the puck. Trying to get it in front of the net. He did. And that was stopped by Dryden. Comes out to center ice. Lanny McDonald getting it back to Quenville. To Borja Salming. Salming up for Anderson. Anderson goes down. Salming has the puck. Over to Sittler. Sittler stops. Robinson had him covered. Bob Gainey. Pass over to Risebrough. We have less than a minute to go in regulation time. Lanny McDonald. A pass for Sittler to Pat Boutette. Over the line, it's knocked out again. Here comes Lafleur and Mondeau. Here's Lafleur's shot. And that knocked Harrison down. Right, he kept it out. Now it's out for Sittler. Sittler's pass for Ellis. Into the corner. Sittler has it back of the net. To Ellis. Ellis back to Sittler. Sittler tried to get it to Hutchison. He did. Hutchison's backhand ends up behind the net into the corner. Pat Boutette. Then to Sittler. Right in front of the net. Right for Sittler again, and he goes down. And the Canadians come back with 12 seconds. Rayler. A pass over the line to Larry Robinson. Robinson trying to cut in front. There's a shot. Oh! Paul Harrison.
With 2 seconds to play. What a save. A brilliant save by Harrison.
And look at Robinson's down on the ice, too.
Robinson nursing his face. He may have been clipped on that play. A great play by Robinson, a greater play by Harrison, and the Leaf players know it. He's still getting a standing ovation for Paul Harrison. Probably the best save he ever made in his life.
That's incredible with only 2 seconds left to play.
Watch again. Robinson from the corner. Here he comes. And here comes the shot. Watch the glove. In the glove. Tremendous.
You know, Harrison was out of position there on the Robinson play. And still caught up with it. Here's a blast by Lafleur. You think he can't shoot the puck?
Oh. Looking on, Napier and Dougie Jarvis. Jarvis from Brantford, Ontario. I said, you made the town famous, and he said, yes, and Wayne Gretzky's making it even more famous.
Face off with 2 seconds remaining in regulation time. We have a 4-4 tie.
Guess what's going to happen again tonight?
Yeah. A lot of folks be late for work tomorrow.
First, we get the hour cushion starting at 7.
That helps.
However, I'd like to be here all night. They keep playing like this. Now we're ready to go. The face-off. Jones wins the draw. The bell goes, and we're into overtime.
Well, again, I wondered why Scotty Bowman didn't pull Ken Dryden with only 2 seconds on the clock, but what a finish. What a great third period for the Leafs here as they scored 2 more goals. 4 straight for the Leafs to get the 4-4 tie, and now, once again, we have the excitement of overtime coming up. Let's go downstairs now to Dave Hodge.
Well, here we go again, Howie. Another overtime period. Who'd have thought it? But we have to compliment both teams, I think. First and foremost, the Leafs certainly down 3-0 in the series, down 4-0 in this game midway through to come back and force another overtime period. But let's not lose sight of the fact that the Canadians have played a pretty strong game, certainly the first half of the game, with an injury-depleted lineup. And we haven't seen a whole lot of the LaRouches and the Connors. It's been Lafleur, Lemaire. They've been seeing a lot of ice time, and the 3 defensemen are used to that, Savard, Robinson, and Lapointe, but I don't know about 2 nights in a row. It's just a great testimony to the 2 teams to see a game like this one after what we saw last night, but especially to see the Leafs come back. And how about that Lemaire breakaway early in the third period? I thought the Canadians would come out, try to get the 5-2 lead, and they had the chance with Lemaire. A great save by Harrison.
Well, Harrison's the story, but first of all, Toronto Maple Leaf tradition. I'm just amazed. They were down last night, and I think most of the fans in the house counted them out. And 4-0 tonight with Robinson carrying the mail and Lafleur going every time he had it, and Savard. Bob Goldham and I were talking before the game tonight that he noticed on television, and we noticed here, that late in the game it was the Toronto Maple Leafs that had all the foot, and the people who were really lagging, the people who were slow physically reacting, but particularly slow mentally reacting to situations, were the big defensemen, Lapointe, Savard, and Robinson. Robinson carried the mail again. I would think 25 times he went end-to-end with the puck in the first 30 minutes of the game, and Lapointe is doing the same thing. I just think they're tired, and the Leafs are coming on. They're getting unbelievable goaltending from that Harrison, and we got another barn burner.
Well, you know, you talk about when the Leafs have put some pressure on in both games, really, last night and tonight. They've had their best success, and it showed in the third period when they got the goal from McKechnie and then followed it up less than a minute later with the tying goal by Maloney. We'd like to look at that goal by Dan Maloney. Good play by him, a good shot, really, to beat Dryden. Starts with Hutchison.
Hutchison gets the puck in, and Maloney does the big reach here. No, it's McKechnie. McKechnie right there creates the loose puck, and once again, you had to beat Dryden high and upstairs. He's very slow to react, a heck of a shot. Boutette's right there looking for the rebound, but that's the one that sent the game into overtime.
Well, you're so right that McKechnie kept the play alive. The Canadians have the chance to clear it here, but the puck is bouncing, and Savard, and McKechnie does get it right to Maloney.
Wasn't much room. Quite a shot.
And Boutette was there as well. So the Leafs swarming that Montreal net have had some success. There's no doubt about it. You're talking about Montreal perhaps looking more tired than the Leafs did toward the end of last night's game. And if that was the case last night, it's got to be the case tonight with 2 more regulars shutting Napier out of the lineup. they got bodies to fill the uniforms, but the more regulars the Canadians are missing, the less likely Bowman is to start using some of those extra people, because he's just going down his roster.
Well, I think you have to go back again. The super legs, the guys that can really boogie on the Montreal Canadiens are their big defensemen. Lapointe, also Savard goes with it pretty good, but Lafleur is super. But late in the game, Nielsen started using Saginaw and Anderson, and they're fresh young legs, and they get into the corners early. They cause the Montreal Canadiens to cough up the puck, and every time they come on the ice, there was some action.
Okay, Brian McFarland is standing by in our overtime intermission with a familiar face and voice, a good friend of all hockey fans across the country, Monsieur René Lecavalier.
Well, it's a real pleasure to be with René again, the French voice of Hockey Night in Canada, and I think it's a treat for English-speaking Canada to see you tonight, René, and of course we've got another great finish to a great playoff game.
Thank you, Brian. It's been a long time. Well, I think that the Canadians are making it very difficult for themselves, as you know, because they, with a 4-0 lead, they let them get away. And you see, their real hope tonight was to get through with this series and give their hurt people their 5 or 6 days, if possible. Although I'd heard that the semifinals could begin on Thursday next. But now everything is up in the air, and I think this is terrific for hockey.
Oh, it certainly is, René, and you watch the Canadians all the time. Can you, this is a tough question, I know, can you recall when they've blown a 4-goal lead, let the team come back like they did tonight?
I've never seen them blow a 4-goal lead since I've been with them, and that's quite a while. Not 4 goals, no. I've seen teams come back from a deficit of 3, but I don't know exactly when or... But this is something. I mean, you see, Robinson tried to make a pass at center ice, one of those daring to somebody who was, I think it was Mondu at the center of the ice. It was cut, it was intercepted at the blue line, as you know. The shot was blocked, and Saginaw managed to push it under the, and that was it.
Did you?
The beginning was, all of a sudden, you could feel it with the penalty immediately afterwards.
Right.
This is hockey.
Rennie, did you agree with the Canadians' approach to that game in the third period? They were playing very cautiously. They were playing quite expertly, but not quite strongly enough to keep the Leafs off.
It's a repetition of last night. I think their main asset is their strength. They've scored 70 goals more than the Leafs. And I think that by playing the way they did last night, they were depriving themselves of their main asset. And you could see all through the period with a 1-goal advantage. There was only one man going into the other zone at a time. The other two were more or less staying at the below line or even at center ice. In other words, they were hurting their own chances of making it a larger advantage.
I'm sure there'll be a full discussion of that during the intermission, and they'll come out flying for the overtime play. Rennie, nice being with you again. Come back and see us again soon. Rennie Lecavalier, and we'll be back with more Stanley Cup playoff action in just a moment.
What's it take to brew a great light beer? Had one yet?
You said you'd teach me the TV repair business. That's what you said. In 2 years, I've worked on every color set, but never Hitachi. Never.
One more try, kid. Okay, we'll ask right here. TV repair, ma'am. We've come to check your set. No charge.
Oh, no. We've got a Hitachi. Who needs service?
Kid, promise me, if you ever get inside a Hitachi, come back and tell me all about it.